Alright, here's my market replay for March 21st for the ES. So today we opened up higher out of range. Here's yesterday's range. Here's today's range. So let's see, we opened up around there around 40.20. And a target to the upside was this naked VPOC from back from Thursday the 9th, 40.47.50. And it's our metrics maestro. So what we had going on today looks more to like this one to me. Okay, now look at these two. You can see a similarity there. So it came back down. It never came back down to where there's, so you got a naked VPOC here. That was a target going down that could have been reached. Let's call that 39.95. And then the target going up was 47.50. And it never quite made it to either of those. Up until around, I'd say 9, you were looking at is more favorable for the shorts, trying to fill this gap back in. Then around 9, you had this VPOC shift, which at this time it's still telling you down. And I made a trade that was right around here, and then up to here to where VWAP was. I made several very bad trades that brought a bad trail down. That wasn't good, or moderately bad trail down. I just kind of saved my butt today. Just didn't turn out that great. See, that's what I have for today. So my drawdown was 525. That's not good. I'm starting to get a little more percentage correct, but I just wasn't very productive for today. But then we look at yesterday plus today. I'm at 560. This percentage isn't bad. It's not that large of a sample size at all. But I figure, I'm going to put this in here so so when I go back, I know what was going on with this. I review these videos again. So that trail down's horrible. I was just out of alignment for part of it. It was a tough one to read. And you had some larger economic events today. Let's see, you had so what do you have? You have the zero events, you have home sales, you had Treasury Secretary speaking, you have well, nothing really that huge. But you had home sales, you had Yellen speaking, you have bond auctions, crude oil stock, moderate volatility. Uh, Not a huge amount of stuff going on. But what do we see here? When market opens higher out of range, either the overnight high or low is broken 94% of the time, and the overnight high is favored by 35%. Either the IBH or IBL is broken 97% of the time, and the IBH is favored by only 8%. The naked VPOC is closed 35% of the time. The previous mid is broken 28% of the time. The previous value area low is broken 21% of the time. The gap is closed 45% of the time. So overall, we had something kind of like that happen. Let's look at the other one. Here's one where it closed the gap. So we do not have this scenario going on. It's a little more like this scenario, but then it found support around here. Came back up, tested the open, came back down, tested VWAP, and then it was headed in this direction, didn't quite make it to 47. Still 9 points. No, 43, so still a little over 4 points away. So I took a trade around here, ended up right around here. Right after VWAP was picked, that was a good trade. I had a few where I lost, right around here. I was just not oriented correctly. I saw in the order flow there's okay, let's go to bookmap here. So now that we got the idea what I was looking at the higher time frame, I can look back at some of my screenshots. Okay, well I'll look at this one then. Okay, there were a few I made earlier. Some of them were scratches, some were losses. I think most of them were scratches. So I had this one long. I saw this right here thinking that, okay, so I was thinking, okay, we have an IBF setup, possibly going back to where this structure was at the mid and the VWAP. That would be primary target, and then another target could be all the way up to the VPOC again, but you know, scale, so enter, scale, taken out after I moved my stop up to cover commissions. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, it would have been taken out here. Then we get a liquidity fill with buy absorption on that fill. So I thought, okay, maybe this is my chance here. Went long again. It got taken out. Went short. It came back up on me. And actually, I'm a little cloudy on what happened here. But the good trade that I made, I should have zoomed in a little closer on that on the screenshot. But you know, here 4005, so you came back, tested this. Overall, you got a stop divergence 655, 14, 125, 208, 107, 49, or 107. So you see a stop divergence here. I can make a little thing right there, so you can see that. You can see there's a buy iceberg here, executed. Never reached this again. You have that. You had some of that liquidity filled. You're at the developing value area low. Right here, I should have made a line for that. Okay, so you're here developing value area low. So 70% of the value area is going to be within this DVAH and DVAL. And we're still looking at a higher target on the higher time frame. And you have this stop divergence. You have more buy liquidity happening. Testing this level again, can't get lower. Stop divergence is showing that the sellers are starting to run out of fuel. We have quite a few buy liquidities going on. And so I went long here thinking, okay, this could now turn into an IBF. And I saw in the structure, even though that VPOC is coming down, there's still more of a chance for it to come up to test this structure. So I let this ride. You know, part of that was FOMO, wanting to get, you know, I wanted to make money back from the losses. You know, this is still in simulation, of course. But I went all the way up here, picked VWAP, picked this this ask liquidity here. There's sell absorption. It already picked that primary target, so I probably clicked right when it was here. When it came up, came back down, and then I got out there. Yeah, so there's that trade. And let's look at other good opportunities that were in here. Okay, this was a good one. So if I had seen it at the time, came back. See, this line is making a structure here at 12. And see this balance? There's a lower balance. Came back, tested on top of this balance. Here's another little node. And, well, at this time it's not very clear. But you have this VPOC shift up, so you're looking at it going, okay, maybe it could try to price check this. Or go to here 20. I think in 5s and 10s there's options related stuff. I don't know all that much about options, but I know there's a lot of numbers like that end in 5 or 0, or something options related's going on. And we went up here. Looks like some of this liquidity got filled right here. So that got ticked. Got cell absorption. Got more cell absorption going into liquidity. Came back, so here it is. It's testing. So this node is sitting on top of this node. Got this node here. We've got this one. And the VPOC is starting to shift up. So when it shifts up, you could go, okay, we still have that higher target on the table. And there it goes. So you could go from 12 up to 17. You'd be scaled. And then maybe another target would be 20. You know, that's another test of this node and this node. And see it tested here. Went back, found support on mid. Kept on going. You're seeing a lot of cell absorption, but it keeps on going, and you have that higher time frame target. So recognizing this would be a good setup. And you have this stop divergence here. So you have this down here. You have this come up, this comes back down, has support, and you have stop divergence. All of this right down here. It's more stop divergence, the retest. Still not enough stops for it to keep going down lower. Got support right there. VPOC start to shift a little higher. You got that higher time frame target of 47. And it went like this until the close. Where did it close at? It closed, I'll call that 39, whatever. So it closed there. And, well, that's about all that I have for now. You have another look at this. The VPOC shifted up. And as of right now, 6:31 p.m. Pacific, it's at 37. Now, where's the... we call that... suppose we'd call that... where's this? Okay, this 3850, that's going to be a naked VPOC tomorrow along with 47. So you have 3850, then you have 4750, and then down to the downside you have 9475. What is this? About 82 or so. It's another one. So those are some ones to keep an eye on tomorrow. What do we have for tomorrow for economic stuff? A lot of British stuff going on here. Okay, there's more Euro stuff. Okay, tomorrow's a Fed day, so like usual, it could swing around a lot. You have those higher time frame targets I was talking about, and here's these events, not low volatility expected. The crude oil's a big one. Oh, you have these interest rate projections. You have FOMC, that's where things can just flip out and get all weird. So that's kind of like, so see, these are all around 11:30. So I plan to just not be doing anything at all at that point. Or 7:30. I probably don't want anything to do with that, like 10 minutes before or after the event, give or take. However long, we don't know. Once you see the auction behavior come back to normal, maybe 10-15 minutes after this, maybe 7:45 it stops flipping out, maybe 7:40. I don't want to be in the market when you have these weird market events, these weird economic events going on. God, this thing's annoying. Okay. So that's what's up for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video and get ready for tomorrow. So have a nice night, everyone.